Sweet Christmas. Bulletproof, strong, and getting out with the ladies? What a legend. Hey YouTubers, comic adorers, and Cage fans alike, welcome to Comical. I'm Ryan, your friendly bad guy, the Rhino, and today I'll be discussing Luke Cage's powers and the extent of them, covering what they are, how they work, how we got them, and how to defeat him, and more. Luke Cage, originally Power Man, was created by Archie Goodwin and George Romita and first appeared in Hero for Hire issue 1 in 1972. Luke Cage, wrongly convicted and unjustly imprisoned, was altered in a failed prison experiment that granted him its superpowers. Now he fights for the common man. He eventually married Jessica Jones and had a daughter with her. With that short origin settled, let's get to the point of this video. Luke Cage has a variety of powers and abilities, but the one he is most known for is near invincible skin, meaning he is impervious to bullets and knives and punches, but not insults. And his bones and muscle tissues are much denser than the regular human, making him very resistant. This power can be very unbeneficial at times. If he has an internal injury or a disease and he requires surgery, you would need razor-sharp adamantium tools or high-power laser to pierce his skin to perform the operation. Other than invincible skin is strength. Luke Cage is very strong. Originally, he could lift about 5 tons, which is a lot for us, but weak for the Marvel Universe. Eventually, after years of experience and training, he could lift 5 times the original limit, 25 tons. And his strength continued to grow. He has been seen moving very heavy objects with ease. His strength has now reached to about 50 tons. He also has increased speed and agility. With his increased strength comes increased leg muscle strength, allowing him to run much faster than the old gold medal winner Usain Bolt, but not as fast as your regular speedster. And the increased agility allows him to leap around like the Hulk, but not nearly as high. But don't expect him to lose at high jump, no siree. Luke Cage has a lot of physical attributes, but pain is still a thing, and he can get injured. Luckily for him, he has an increased healing factor as well, unlike Wolverine here. His regeneration is 3 times faster than a human. Just because he has a crap ton of power, doesn't mean he's skilled without them. He is a very skilled combatant. He self-trained himself in hand-to-hand combat on the streets of Harlem, and has had more than a few lessons in martial arts from his good friend Iron Fist. Also, probably not a power, but he has self-educated himself at law and speaks multiple languages. I won't go into too much detail, but basically, he was framed for owning a buttload of drugs and was sent to Seagate prison. At Seagate, research scientist Dr. Noah Burstian needed volunteers for some of his experiments on cell regeneration. And like several ways people got their powers in Marvel Universe, it was a variation of the Super Soldier Serum. Luke Cage was that volunteer. Burstian immersed Luke in an electrical field conducted by an organic chemical compound. When he left Lucas unattended, for some freaking reason, Rackerman, one of the guards that resented Luke, misused the experiment's controls, hoping to kill Luke. But instead of killing him, it did quite the opposite. Luke's treatment was accelerated past this intent, inducing body-wide enhancement that gave him superhuman strength and durability, and a mild healing factor. So, Luke used his powers to escape Seagate prison and made his way back to New York. The problem is this in comics. We can't get a definite answer on how his powers work, and if there is one, the science behind it is usually cow dung, which makes it very difficult. So I'll go through how the comics say it and a railway explanation. In the experiment where Cage gained his abilities, a serum was added into his system and required a lot of energy to jumpstart. So when the guard tried to kill Cage, the energy supercharged him, making him stronger, faster, and more durable than Steve Rogers, who bears the original Super Soldier Serum. Looks like they got something right. The liquid chemical bath he was in may have added density to his skin and muscles through some sort of comic book science MacGuffin, but since it was sabotaged and undocumented, it can't be recreated, just like the original Super Soldier Serum. As for a possible way in the real world, we have a few theories. First off, density. If your skin was dense enough to be bulletproof like Luke Cage's, you would weigh tons, and to carry yourself to be that heavy would be impossible. Unless you could lift 50 tons, but if all that strength was to carry your own weight, you'd be weak as fuck. If you go with thick and durable skin like that of a rhino, movements would be very slow, and your skin would be very sensitive. What likely had happened is that some sort of chemical reaction had increased the durability of Luke Cage's epidermis, which is the outer layer of your skin, making it much harder to penetrate. And it is made of regular skin, or something as malleable as it is near indestructible, but is skin, so therefore gets stretched and moved around. So it can't really be an outer coat of platinum. But there is something. Researchers somewhere out there have been working on a skin 10 times stronger than steel. They're using proteins from goat's milk and weaving it into a very durable material. Their goal is to replace the keratin in our skin with the proteins of goat's milk to replicate spider silk. They said, and I quote, "Imagine replacing keratin, the protein responsible for the toughness of the human skin, with this spider silk protein. This is possible by adding the silk producing human genes of a spider to the gnome of a human, creating a bulletproof human," end quote. But it's never been tested. With almost no explanation from the comics, and no real-world example of this, it's all hypothetical. But who knows? Maybe the TV show will have an explanation for his powers, making this video pointless. Despite having near-invincible skin, it is in fact possible to kill Luke Cage, but, like most superheroes, is very difficult to kill, with having an increased healing factor and near-invincible skin. But here are some ways that have or can kill Luke Cage. Sharp adamantium weapons. Adamantium, one of the most popular Marvel metals, is the strongest in Marvel, being more indestructible than Luke Cage's left nipple, and if sharp enough, adamantium could pierce his skin, therefore being able to kill him. As stated before, Luke Cage only has invincible skin, not organs, so giving him severe internal injuries could be life-threatening. Though he has had a minor healing factor, you would need to work really hard to achieve this task. Another way to defeat Luke is by radiation. If you have access to some nuclear substances and have a vendetta against a certain Carl Lucas, then you could probably get your nose broken and entirely miss a chance of killing him, because he is kinda big.
It didn't cut.
You could use mystic arts to defeat someone who is impervious to physical damage, just like an abracadabra and an alakazam, and then he is a pile of goo, or slime, or a frog. If you had strength that was equal to or greater than that of Luke Cage's, you could very well be able to beat him in hand-to-hand combat. Another example was in Jessica Jones, when Jess shot Luke with a shotgun right in the head. The sheer force of the blow knocked Luke out cold. You know, I now realize that several of Luke Cage's weaknesses are similar to that of Superman's. So what next? The red sun? Oh, he can get incinerated if he gets thrown into the sun. So, does Luke have kryptonite allergies? No, he doesn't, because Marvel doesn't have that substance. But, did you know, something actually did kill him in the comics? Although an alternate universe, it still happened. In the Deadpool kills Deadpool Marvel Universe storyline, Deadpool planted explosives all over Avengers Tower, killing most of them. Luke crawls out of the rubble exclaiming to kill Deadpool. Then Deadpool states that to kill the invincible ones, he put explosives in the coffee, shrunken down via pin particles. And so, Luke falls to the ground with smoke coming out of his mouth and nose. He also killed Thor by making his hammer so big it crushed him. That doesn't further advance the video, I just thought it was funny. Well, do you know what else was funny? If you haven't liked or subscribed, thanks for watching. All Luke Cage episodes released on the 30th of September this year on Netflix. I hope you learned something new from this video. I know I certainly did, and you have no idea how long ago the script was made. We put a lot of effort into this one, so comment your thoughts on the video, if I missed anything or got anything wrong. I said earlier, thanks for watching, and this is Ryan signing out. Oh wait, check out the last video and wait, too early. See ya! He eventually married Jessica Jones and had a daughter with her. Daughter. He eventually married Jessica Jones and had a daughter with her. Oh my god. What's wrong with me today? He eventually married Jessica Jones and had a daughter. Oh my daughter.